Yo, Dan Larson here. Welcome to the newest episode of Let's Synthesize. And this video, I would like to show you how I made this sound. Nice little growly drum and bassy, neuro-ish kind of sound, but in context, let me show you it in a musical surrounding. Yeah, I know the musical surrounding is a little lame, but the sound itself is, I think it's pretty interesting, especially the method I used here, because, you know, I used a sample from my pack, which sounds this. So I imported it into a simpler, and the trick here is I try to modulate the starting point when I loop the sound in a very exact range. So let me show you these are the looping points. This is the start and the end. And as you can see, the looping point, the looping range is moving. It's automated by this envelope here. And this is the trick basically, which makes the sound wobbling, this ba 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 ba. I don't know how to express it even better, but the pure sound sounds this, which is a little lame, so I added different effects. And the main effect here is a notch filter, what I modulated using the built-in LFO. So you can see here the amount and the rate of the LFO, which modulates the cutoff of the notch filter. And when it's done, it makes some movement. It makes some interesting, a different movement to the sound when, you know, the starting point moves. It has some, so you won't feel the sound static, and you won't feel it's a looped sample basically. This is what the notch filter helps to the sound. So this is the purpose of the notch filter. Basically, you can use different ones. You can use other movements to the sound if you want to make it more rich and more organic, not very static looping sound. But I thought it is enough now because it is a very short note. So I step further and try to EQ it, because without this EQ, where I cut all those middle high and middle annoying frequencies, which, you know, makes the sound a little like paper distorted sound. I hope that makes sense. So without that, it's a little hard to the ears. So I cut out all these frequencies what I didn't like, especially the very highs and this frequency around 5.5 kilohertz, and the other one is 2.8 kilohertz, and I boosted up a little on around 900 hertz. So it's a lot more comfortable for the ears. Okay, I did a little chorus too to fatten up the sound. It doesn't make a drastic change, but it's definitely fatter. And I also distorted just a little on the high end, because without that the sound sounds a little dull. And I didn't want to over EQ, especially because I just cut the highs. Let's see it without cutting the highs, how it sounds without cutting the highs. It has a clicky, very high frequency kind of sound, especially at the starting point. And you can see it here in this range. So I cut it out, but still needed some top end, because without that, even without cutting this very high end sounds, this very top end, the sound is still very dull. So some very slight distortion on the top end. As you can see, the dry wet is around 18. What is this? Percent, sorry. So it's not very much, but it definitely gives the sound a lot more presence. Okay, and I applied one more EQ, and this time on the side, because As you can see, I applied this mid-side knob here. Well, not knob, but a drop down menu, and I clicked on the side. So I cut out all the frequencies, all the stuff below 90 hertz. And I also made some movement, made some changes, and made some EQ on the middle, where I cut again all those annoying frequency, what basically the overdrive just pulled out and pulled up. So we boosted up the high with this overdrive, but also it boosted up some kind of annoying frequency, just like before, you know, this paper distortion kind of sound around, let's see it again. Well, this time it is 11 kilohertz and 6 kilohertz. So again, it's a lot more comfortable for the ear without all these frequencies. And I don't have too many tricks here. I just go after my ears and I cut out all the frequency what I don't like, or you know, you can boost it even if you want. Well, the sounds or the frequency what you do like. So at the end we have a limiter, and this is all basically very well basic kind of processing, post-processing. And the trick here is very, very simple. Well, basically almost every kind of neuro producer does this. You know, they make tons of sounds, tons of beautiful neuro sounds, and they put it into sampler and try to play with it on different position of the sound. They try to add some, I don't know, like flangering kind of stuff, and you know, just play with the sound. It is very interesting. It's really fun to play with these sounds. I think this is why I know lots of neuro producers who work from sample packs, because this is the easiest way. You know, they take a sound, they drop it into a sampler, or this time into a simpler or any kind of other stuff, instrument or any kind of DAW, and they can have a pretty fun play with that. So this is what I did here, and I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. And you can download this rack here, so you can have a play with it if you want. And please share my videos, drop a like and drop a comment. I really appreciate that. So see you next week, guys. Bye bye.